Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Now today we're going to look at another investing fundamental, and that is in the form of compound interest. It's somewhat of a basic theory, but making sure you get it right can yield some great results. This video will break down everything you need to know with compound interest and how you can potentially use it in your investing journey. Okay, so let's start with the basics. What exactly is compound interest? Simply put, compound interest is the interest of an investment on both the principal and also the interest gained on that initial investment. In other words, it's interest on top of interest. Warren Buffett, one of the world's most renowned wealth builders and CEO of Berkshire Hathaway, illustrates the power of compound interest in a simple way within his autobiography. He illustrates simply that your investment is like a snowball rolling down a long hill, picking up more snow as it gains momentum until it becomes a massive snowball. Warren Buffett loves compound interest because it works alongside his investing philosophy. As one of the most wealthy people in the world, he's a true example on how compound interest can have massive effect. He's a real-world success story with a net worth of just under 137 billion US dollars. Let's dive into an example to make this a little more clear. Imagine you invest £10,000 in a stock or index fund with an average annual return of 10%, compounded annually. After the first year, you'll earn £1,000 in return, making your total £11,000. Now in the second year, you'll earn interest not on the original £10,000, but also on the £1,000 returns from the first year. This means in year 2, you'll earn £1,100 in interest, bringing your total to £12,100. It's pretty basic maths, but it's often overlooked in today's society where everyone's looking to get rich quick. In reality, healthy investing is all about focusing on the long term and adding marginal gains which then snowball over time. For this next section, I'd like to show all of this progress in real terms. This is what I like to call little and often. It's important to understand that you don't need large sums of money to start on this investing journey. It's all about starting early, even if you only have little funds available. I think it's a common misconception that you need thousands of pounds worth of spare cash to make a start with investing, but that's really not the case. Think of it like this: the effects of compound interest in the world of investing is like planting a tree. The sooner you plant it, the larger it will grow. It doesn't matter how many seeds you throw into the ground, the trees will grow at a set pace, so the most important part is time. Let's put this into practice and show you what this could look like long term. On this example, young Asher here has turned 18 and decided to start investing. He's just started working full time and still living with parents. Priority for him is saving cash for a new car or his first house, but he still wants to start building something for the future, so he purely sets aside £250 per month to invest. Asher decides to invest in an index fund which tracks the S&P 500. Simply put, this is a fund which tracks the performance of the largest 500 companies in the US. According to the data, the S&P 500 has gained about 10.7% annually since its introduction in 1957. Using this as our benchmark and investing the £250 a month, let's have a look at how much we have at the end of year 1. Based on the average returns of 10.7%, our total at the end of year 1 will be £3,179.69. Broken down, this will have been £3,000 from our monthly contributions and £179.69 in interest. Which on its own, sure, might not sound like a lot, but it's definitely more than you'd get in a regular savings account, which can achieve around 4 to 5%. Okay, so let's take a look at the outcome after 5 years. We can see by this point we have deposited £15,000, but have now gathered interest of just under £5,000. You might be able to spot where this trend is heading. The interest part is growing and gaining as a higher proportion of the overall amount. Okay, let's take this up a notch and look at the 10-year returns. This is where things really start to get exciting. We've now saved a total of £53,790.91. But the interesting part is that we've only contributed £30,000 of this, which means we have gained a whopping £23,790.91. Okay, let's keep going with this and see how drastic a change 20 years can make. At 20 years, we now have a total portfolio of £209,869.92. Now this is where we can see that interest has massively overtaken our contributions. We have added in £60,000, but now have just under £150,000 in interest. You can start to see how that snowball effect kicks in. Looking back at this graph, it took us just over 14 years to build our first £100,000, but only 6 years to make our second £100,000. This is where the power of compound interest really starts to get exciting. Let's push this up 15 more years, and by this point, young Asher is now 53. At the 35-year mark, we now have a total balance of £1,148,823.15. What did take us 14 years to make our first £100,000, we are now making over £100,000 in under 12 months. The really impressive part of this is that despite this growth each year, we are still only contributing £3,000 per year. Over the total 35 years, we will have contributed £105,000, but we will have gained over £1 million in interest. Now, I don't know about you, but that sounds like one hell of a retirement plan at 53 years old. In summary, we've seen here firsthand just how powerful compound interest can be. By investing consistently and allowing your money to grow over time, you can quickly see that you can achieve significant financial gains with relatively small commitments. Renowned scientist and physicist Albert Einstein famously said that compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. This quote underscores just how incredible this financial principle is and why it's so important to understand and utilise within your investment strategy. In summary, if there are three main takeaways I'd like you to take away from this video. Firstly, the earlier you start, the better. Saving early gives your investments more time to grow. Even small amounts can lead to a substantial sum over time. Remember, it's not about timing the market, but rather the time you spend in the market that counts. The second point is consistent contributions. Regularly adding to your investment, even small amounts, can significantly impact your end balance due to the cumulative effect of compounding. And finally, and debatably the most important, and that's patience and discipline. Building wealth through compound interest takes time. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme, but with patience and consistent effort, the results are incredibly rewarding. Staying invested through market ups and downs is crucial for long-term success. If you're interested in experimenting with the numbers and calculating the potential returns from your own investments, I found a great investment calculator that you might find helpful. You can input your initial investment amount, monthly contributions, and interest rate to gain a clear picture of the future interest you could earn. I'll leave a link to this calculator in the description below. Thank you for joining me today, and if you found this video useful, please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe. It really helps the channel's growth. Please leave a comment below with any thoughts or questions you might have had. I'd love to hear your feedback. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.